Afternoon. Happy, blessed, rainy day here in Jerusalem.
As you see, we get out anyway. It doesn't stop us.
Just the other, first of all, everyone who is watching, who is coming in to watch, thank you for being here. I am here with my Aunt Rochelle, who is involved in a wonderful, beautiful project that anyone can do easily, simply to show support for Israel, show their love for Israel. And so we're going to be hearing all about it. But otherwise, it is a beautiful rainy day in Jerusalem. I love saying beautiful rain because here in Israel, rain is a blessing most of the time. So, and you get to experience that blessing personally here today.
You're right. Most people greet us and say, "How do you like Gishmei Bracha?" So
that's blessed rain, right?
Right. So Avi, thank you again. This is not my first time.
No, been here before. There's people of Shalom, Aunt Rochelle, Gail is saying, right? Some people might have seen you before. We've talked about this project before, and I'm very happy to hear that it's growing, and we'll share other people how it's growing and how they also could be involved.
So I just want to take 2 minutes for the new people that have not heard about the organization that is called Achi. It's not new anymore. It is really over a decade old.
Right.
We were founded basically to create a stronger connection to our land of Israel.
Wait, hold on. Wow. With the weather today, the internet is playing games with us. Go, continue.
How do you make a stronger connection when you're not here? And it's very simple. Follow very simple ideas that Achi came up with. Achi, an acronym for American Communities Helping Israel, but it's really all communities. Everyone in the Galut, in the diaspora, can do this. Like Avi said at the very beginning, from our homes. It's really very simple and low cost. So all we're asking you to remember is 4 words. Think Israel, buy Israeli.
That's such a great concept. So simple, right straight to the point.
So everyone
Think
says...
Israel, buy Israeli.
So when you hear that, we focused initially on food. Food is a consumable. We need it every week. But we also need a reminder. So in order to remind us that we need to think Israel, buy Israeli, we came up with an initiative called the Kli. In biblical terms, the Kli is...
Hold on. You'll start again with the biblical terms. Yes, biblical terms.
Biblical terms, it means a vessel, a dish, a tray, a bowl. And you might have one in your house that you bought on your last trip to Israel, or you might have a dish that's an heirloom in your family. And we just ask that that become a new Judaica. So just like the mezuzah on your door, the Kli on your table, and then if it's empty, it's simply a reminder. Keep your Kli filled and refilled every week. So every Shabbat.
With Israeli products.
Only with Israeli products. And you and I know how many products you can choose from. So with that in mind, this helps you feel connected. Feel that you're being supportive. And even if it's a lateral change and it's a few pennies more, you feel you are doing a service to a country that we all love. Simple?
Simple.
So I'm going to give you a few examples, and these are very recent ones. Last June, at the end of the school year, I visited a principal at the school that is called Yeshivat Noam in Paramus, New Jersey. I'm sure you remember that part of your life.
Yes.
In Teaneck, near Teaneck.
Yes, yes.
And I met with Rabbi Eli Kurtz.
Hold on. Yes, you met with Rabbi Eli Kurtz,
principal of what is called the lower grades 1 through 6, K through 6. And it was June, and I said, gee, I wonder why I'm eating at this time. And I actually called it planning time, because then principals, teachers...
Planning for the next year.
Exactly. I had no clue how far this was going to go, but I had very good vibes. Came September, and my grandson, who happens to be in the school, comes home and says, there's actually a stucco box in my room that says Achi. Now, we are not fundraisers. So I'm going to tell you how he interpreted everything that we spoke about at this meeting. He felt he wanted the pennies and nickels that the children bring on Friday to be collected in this tzedakah box so that they can invest in a kli.
Okay.
Step one.
A tzedakah box, for those who are not familiar, is a charity box, right? In your home to be able to put in charity. Yes, and then?
He actually purchased a kli, but he decided that the kli was going to be on a display table as you enter the school building. I came and visited, and there it was, but empty. He said that he came up with a fabulous idea. It is called Product of the Week. Of course, he said the product is a Made in Israel product. So he involved the entire school, his staff, and his parent body. You know, today everything is just a click away.
Right.
That's all you have to do.
Right.
And my grandchildren that are in the school came home so excited because the first product of the week was pickles. Because who doesn't like pickles from Israel?
Pickles from Israel, first client. All right.
Well, into your kli at home, send me a selfie. Now that is brilliant. So everyone was involved, and it activated the whole community. And the next thing I knew, there was a bulletin board behind this display table with selfies of the students at Yeshivat Noam.
Eating Israeli pickles.
Well, displaying their can.
Oh, their can, okay.
Okay, proving that these pickles that are in the kli are in this can. But the products change, okay, because it's product of the week. And more selfies kept coming. And he kept displaying the products. So I thought this would last a month. I was there recently. There's an array of products on this display table.
Wait, so who eats them? They're there, and then what?
The children at home do this. So every home is participating. They take a selfie, and he basically is growing this display. And at this point, there probably are 10 products.
Wait, so wait a second. So here's a school that they decide there's a Israeli product of the week that they put in this kli, right, in this utensil, in this dish at the front of the school, and then every child then in the school purchases that product for their home and takes a selfie of having that product at home.
It goes on the shopping list
for the family.
For the family, and let's say Thursday is your day of shopping, and they, don't forget, we have to buy this week pickles. Then the next is Bisley, and the next is Jump, the drink. And it goes wafers, and I don't have to tell you.
Right.
There's a variety of product out there.
So basically, this principal took your concept and brought it to the whole school body, and many of the children and their families have now adopted the kli project.
Exactly. So we use that as a model school, and we're
Amazing.
hoping that our listeners are going to find a way to implement this in the school, in the community, whether it's a day school, a Sunday school, religious school, after school product, whether it's a few hours after school where you meet. And this is something easy to do because, like I said, it's products that everybody loves. Amazing. So that's exemplary. And we actually...
If every school would do that, wow.
Correct. And actually, we feel that everyone can adopt and adapt what we share. So, and that is really helping keeping Israel in the hearts and minds of, we could say, the current and next generation, because this committed child will one day be the committed adult as well.
Right.
So that's one great example. And of course, you and I know we are always respectful of our elders. So that was a top-down example. Go straight to the principal. And just like we always went to Bobby and Saba and respected them as the seniors of our home life. So I carry that into, if you want to say, my volunteer work for Achi and the Kli. But I want to share an example with you where it was bottom up. I got a call, and I hope I can share this with you without tears, right after Ari Fold was nifter. And this young He wants us all to do more. So I said, so why are you connecting with me? So she said, I heard you speak when I lived, we call it up north in the New York area, at my school. And I also heard you speak. I davened at a Young Israel, and you were the guest speaker there. And all you did is talk about a simple thing that we can all do, which is think Israel, buy Israeli. So I'm in a new school in Boca Raton, because that's where my family moved to, and I'm spearheading this campaign for my school.
This is the girl talking.
This is the girl talking. She is 16 years old, and this is the
Now
reverse.
in Boca.
Now in Boca, but this is the reverse. It's not the principal of the school that's calling me. It's a
student.
student who obviously was very moved and just wanted to do more. So she invited us, the Achi team. We are a group of 5 at this point, going on 6 and 7. And she is bringing this whole concept to Yeshivat Hadar, which is a new high school for girls in Boca. It's so fabulous because it's reaching youth, and youth is initiating it in their school, and the confidence that she has to bring this program to her school, her student body, parent body, and the Boca community, because it doesn't stop there.
Right.
Once it's in your home, we say, don't keep it a secret. We all host on Shabbat, right?
Right.
So if it's dessert time and you're bringing out wafers, tell them why you chose this product.
Right. And you know why this is exciting for me to hear this? Because, listen, you know me, Rochelle. You know, for years, I'm always trying to get the message out to Jews. Come home to Israel. Come and live in Israel. Israeli, and especially getting the youth involved. It's allowing the youth at a young age, whether at elementary school or at high school, already to be developing a stronger connection to Israel. And just yesterday, there was a special ceremony at Nefesh B'Nefesh. I think a number of 18, 19-year-old girls who made Aliyah, officially made Aliyah on their own, without their families. And again, and it's because of a deeper appreciation growing up as children with having a connection to Israel. So a project like yours is strengthening that, and it's so important.
That's fabulous, because I'm beginning to learn that there's a Chayal Boded, and now there's an Oled Boded.
Yes,
but
definitely.
You're never alone.
And Sherut Lumi Boded. These girls are coming.
Correct.
Some of them are coming in to do national service.
But you're really not alone.
No.
You're coming to what you call home, and there's always a family that invites you, and once you connect with a family, you bring that message back home. I'm not alone. Yes, I have family in the States. Hopefully they're thinking Israel and buying Israeli.
Right.
And now you're here.
Right.
So I gave you 2 examples.
That's right. One elementary school.
Believe it or not, I think of Baltimore, and Avi, you and your parents live there.
Yes, we lived there for a few years.
Right? On
That's
Flagstaff,
right.
it was
Falstaff.
Falstaff
Road.
And
Yeah, good memory.
it's an amazing community. And of course, I say it's amazing because I personally experienced amazing things just around 3 weeks ago. My tour guide in Baltimore was our own Tova Tarragon, someone you actually know.
Who also is from Baltimore,
and
yes.
she said to me, come to the shiur that Rabbi Marwick gives. And I followed her steps. And after the shiur, I said, Rabbi Marwick, you are a model community. You are a model shul. I know that every Shabbat, the third meal, Sudah Shlishit, there's a product of Israel on the table every single week. And there's actually a donor commemorating a yahrzeit, commemorating a simcha. And
right, that's either the death of a family member or a happy occasion of the
birth,
family.
Wedding, whatever it is. And again, I choose that community because other communities can learn from just think Israel, buy Israeli all the time.
Right.
In your home and on the table in the synagogue, whether it's a collation, whether it's a kiddush, make that effort and it'll be exemplary for the members of the community. The tour in Baltimore continued to the CJE, which in other communities it's probably the JCC.
Right. Jewish community center.
Tova introduced me to key people in the
community.
in that
The
under
CJE
that
organization.
I got yes from everybody. I shouldn't say I. It was Tova and I. Everyone is on board, but everyone's on board within their realm of that organization. And what the librarian will do will be different than what the director of the Shinshinim, the volunteers in that community that come from Israel. And everyone's on board to reach out to even the connectors. And the connectors are families that are totally unaffiliated. And they try to connect with these families. And they said this would be a fabulous way, because it's not just connecting within your community, knowing that we are part of Medinat Yisrael. And any little thing that we can do to feel the connection and feel we're helping and being supportive, boosting the economy, boosting the morale, that's one way of roping them in to a traditional life, a religious life. And I really want to make sure everyone understands you don't even have to be affiliated. It's just love Israel. Whether you're Orthodox, Conservative, Reform,
doesn't make a difference.
Does it? Not at all, right?
Not at all.
So that was a fabulous, heartwarming experience, and so we went from elementary school to high school, and now to a community. And then I have to say, I spent the winter as a snowbird, and as soon as I arrived in Boynton Beach, Florida, Rabbi Avi Billet came over to me and said, "When is Kli Shabbat?" So what does that actually mean? It means that the rabbi from his pulpit will somehow make a connection to the portion of the week, to something that's going on in current events, and just encouraging the members in that community to do more. And here we are again, following what Ari Fuld asked us to do. So to me, it's very rewarding. I don't have a name. I'm called the Kli Lady. Because as soon as a rabbi sees me, right?
Yeah. The utensil lady.
I'm walking around.
The dish lady.
I'm walking around with, as if I have a banner.
Right.
So some people ask us, why do you call it the Kli? Why did you come up with that word? So I just want to elaborate on the three letters. Kohen, Kaf, Levi, and Yisrael.
Right.
It's no matter what your affiliation and where you fall into, we're all united.
Right. The three types of stratas of Jews.
So to me, it's a unity project as well. And of course, it also stands for Kli Le'ezrat Yisrael. We feel that the dish will help Israelites. So whether we're helping ourselves feel the connection, or we know we are participating in something that the economy of Israel really needs, and it's a boost. And if we all do it, do the math yourself.
Right. And let me give you another interpretation of the word Kli that fits in also. Because in modern Hebrew, in addition to Kli meaning dish or utensil, it is also a term that means tools, a tool. Like kelim, you have the tools. So here you are providing this project as a tool to connect with Israel.
And needless to say, when we come back up north, Rabbi Brzezinski, the Rav of Bnei Yeshurun and Teaneck, he came to shul with a shopping bag to prove to his kehillah, to his congregation, look how easy it is. I opened my pantry, and look what I found.
All these Israeli
products. But he went one step further. And be conscious that you're doing this. It's not a random, just haphazard. I'm conscious that I'm looking for products made in Israel whenever I go shopping. And it goes beyond food. It could be a gift that you want to gift a bar mitzvah, a bat mitzvah, and it could say printed in Israel. A piece of jewelry, a piece of art, clay kodesh, something Judaic, a Hanukkah menorah. It could be anything that you can think of, and maybe you're going to find fashion. But seek it, ask for it, and it's going to be coming.
Wonderful.
And of course, the internet is a great source. So if you can find it in your community, just go online. There are sites now that are opening warehouses in America so that they can deliver products made in Israel. To enhance that and to make it easier for the consumer, we came up with something very simple. In Israel, it's called Kachol Lavan, blue and white. In America, we dubbed it the Blue Dot Campaign.
The Blue Dot Campaign.
Okay.
Okay.
And therefore, we have managers of stores saying, I want to make it easy for the consumer that's walking up and down the aisle to find the Israeli product.
Okay, let me figure. All right, I think I figured it out. Yeah.
Okay,
So
therefore,
the blue dots lead to the products in
right,
the aisles.
So there are aisles of food. Where is your Israeli display? Just follow the dot.
On the ground, really?
No,
where do they?
no, it's on the shelf.
Oh, it's on the shelf. Wherever there's a blue
eye
shelf,
sees a blue
wherever
dot.
there's a blue dot, that's an
Right.
Israeli.
And it makes it so easy to find. In a store in Baltimore, which I am sure you remember, 7 Mile
Market. Yeah.
The owner or manager of the store himself just printed labels and labeled product of Israel. So you go up and down the aisles, and as soon as you see, oh, I bought that last week, let me see what's on the next aisle. And it makes it easy. So like you said before, it's an easy campaign. It's easy to do. It's just a lateral change. We're not asking you to spend a lot more money.
Right.
And the value added to it for committing to Think Israel, Buy Israeli just grows on you. And you really feel the super connection.
Amazing. Amazing. Rochelle, keep up the wonderful work you're doing with Tova and your other volunteers, and one community at a time, one school at a time. It is so important. So very important. Something so simple to help people connect with Israel, help strengthen their Jewish identity, their connection with Israel, regardless of how they're affiliated. Keep up the wonderful, holy work that you guys are doing.
And Avi, I can only thank you. This is not a repeat. You see that there's always something new.
Always something new.
That I have to share with you.
Amazing.
And your audience, thank you so much for listening.
Amazing. Amazing. Thank you, everyone. You see, and if you want to, and if anyone wants to contact you about getting involved, what do they do?
Just go to www.theklee.org.
How do you spell Klee? The
TheKlee.org.
Very simple. Theklee.org. Wonderful. We'll put that out there. Thank you. And everyone, again, thank you for watching. Have an amazing day. If you're in Israel, enjoy the rain. If you're not, enjoy wherever you are. Take care.